welcome to another episode of Smack Talk, Leave It on the Court. I am your host, Cerebral. To my left, I got Joe with me. What's going on, Joe?
What's up, man?
We got a special guest here today. We got Tyler in here. What's going on, Tyler?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Real quick, I just want to get this out of the way. There will not be any video this week. We've been having some technical difficulties all morning. I apologize for that. We will be back next week. No intro music either. Just right into the podcast. So, without further ado, you guys ready to get into sports talk?
Yes.
Let's do it.
NBA draft was Thursday night. You guys get to dive in.
I saw a little bit of it.
I mean, I was following it on my phone
Okay.
until we picked at 22, and then I went to bed.
Yeah, I was. I saw up until like the 10th pick. I had to leave, and then I was sitting at a bar and I watched the rest of the draft from there. Like probably 19 on. So I didn't miss a whole lot. But let's start at the very top. First overall draft pick, DeAndre Ayton to Phoenix. I went to University of Arizona, so that transition is going to be pretty smooth, I'd imagine. What are your guys' expectations for him? And I mean, is he going to be the piece that finally puts Phoenix over the top? Or honestly, at this point, because they've been so bad, puts him in contention?
I mean, it's gonna help. I mean, he's a 7-footer. They're saying he comparison of Sean Kemp or David Robinson. So, I mean, not saying he's gonna play up to their potential by any means, but if he at least meets 3/4 of that potential, I think he'll be a solid fit with Devin Booker.
Yeah.
I mean, you got that pick and roll all day. You tell me how you stop a 7-footer rolling to the basket. You're gonna have to follow him.
Without
You know what I
a
mean?
7-footer of your own? Yeah.
So, I think it's a good pick for him. I mean, like I was telling you off camera, I didn't really watch too much of Ayton. I mean, maybe a little bit of highlights, maybe a little bit in the tournament, but I can't really sit here and say he's going to be a bust by any means. Okay. I think his ceiling is super high, but he's also got to come with it to fill it.
Okay. What do you think, Tyler?
I think he's an absolute stud.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with you at all. I mean, you know what I mean?
His highlight reel looks different. Like, it looks dominant.
Oh, yeah.
So,
being that big, you should be, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, for sure.
how many? I mean, 7'1", 250. I know it says he's listed at 7 foot, 260, but I mean, either way, that's a big boy.
Okay. I don't want to touch on everything in here. Really, just kind of top 10 and maybe some other things, and not even the entire top 10. Since we are Chicago based, we got Wendell Carter from Duke. I hear two sides of it. I hear he's the perfect fit for what they're trying to do, or they should have got somebody with a higher ceiling. Where do you guys fall on that?
Higher. Okay, who should we have drafted then?
Michael Porter Jr.
Yep, that's what I hear.
So you want a whole nother Tyrus fucking Rob, whatever the fuck his name was, incident, right? Hurt back.
Oh, Tyrus Thomas?
Yes, Tyrus Thomas.
Oh, no, he was good.
No,
he was not.
The back was not Tyrus Thomas's issue.
I'm just saying though, like these injured players, bro. I mean, why draft them?
I mean, the Bulls just have a shitty history, though. I mean, Eddie Curry, Tyson Chandler.
Derrick Rose. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Which
right.
I think is the reason why the Bulls stayed away from him.
I mean, it might be soft by going with the safest pick in the draft, but I mean, you have to almost.
I think that
you have to.
I think that he's going to be a solid pick. I think that he's going to round out what they're trying to do. But like we were saying before, he's not going to be a transcendent player to the point of he's not going to carry a team. No,
there was only 3 of them in this draft, and they went 1, 2, and 3. If you ask me.
Yeah, and
Doncic, I mean, that's even a toss up because
definitely
you got players playing against that kind of talent. Yeah, that's cool. They won MVP. Yeah, that's still an accomplishment. Yeah, you won 2 championships at the age of 19. Awesome, but you're not playing in the NBA with the best talent out there. Yes, international talent has gotten better, but they expect this kid to come in right away and do what?
I mean, college isn't even a great
Right.
tell for if they're going to be good NBA
I think
players
his
or not.
upside is getting to play with Dennis Smith Jr., who that backcourt with him and Dennis Smith Jr. is pretty solid.
And he's got a good coach. Mm-hmm. You know, if he's going to learn the game properly, he's in an organization that's going to give him all the tools. And you got Dirk there, who's a bona fide leader. So he's got all the upside, all the things working for him, I should say. What do you think about Trae Young? Trae Young to Atlanta, and that I look at it as an experiment.
Trae Young, Steph Curry, same comparison coming out of college. I'm not saying he's Steph Curry. I'm not even going down that road.
I don't even think it's a fair comparison, though.
You think he was better than Steph coming out of Davidson?
No.
No, okay, well,
I mean, physically, everybody says, oh, you know, he's a small guard like Steph Curry,
right.
And look how Steph Curry turned out. He's smaller than Steph Curry.
He is.
In both, you know, height and weight. And Steph Curry, I think it's kind of misconstrued. Steph Curry is like 6'3", 6'4".
Yes,
I've gone over this on the show before. Like,
right.
Steph Curry is not that little
right.
in reality. Stand next to him in real life, you're going to look up like, oh.
Right.
Trae Young is, I'm looking down on Trae Young.
You ain't 6'3", but I feel you.
I'm 6'1". I'm still looking down on him.
I
like Trae Young. I think he's a stud too.
I think that is overblown. The stuff that happened at Oklahoma the back half of the season, because he had no help on that team whatsoever. So, I mean, if you're the opponent, yeah, I'm double and triple teaming this guy, and he's not going to beat us. And that's essentially, because I did watch a little bit of Oklahoma basketball, that is essentially what was going on. Now, his coaching staff could have did a better job of, you know, getting him out of those situations.
Got to work on that turnover rate coming into the NBA.
It's atrocious. Too. You got to get that down. I don't care how many assists you have. If your turnovers are right there with him, doesn't matter. Won't last long. But Atlanta, I don't think Atlanta's a good fit for him for the simple fact is they have nothing around him. It's going to be Oklahoma all over again.
Can't disagree.
I couldn't even tell you who was on Atlanta.
I can't either.
They have like that Schrader guy.
Unless they got
Schroeder and
oh yeah, Schroeder is still there. Maybe they'll get Quavo to come off the bench for him, maybe, because he rallied hard. He rallied hard to get him on the team. Colin Sexton. Only reason why I bring up Colin Sexton, he actually was a really good player. But the only reason,
pick.
Yeah,
It's a good pick.
He made his pitch to LeBron to get him to stay. And I find it really interesting. I'm not shocked by it, but I find it really interesting. The Cavs didn't even try reaching out to LeBron to figure out anything. They just went about it as we're going to do what we got to do. And
I mean, you can't sit there and give this guy the keys to everything all the time. I mean, bro, he's a player. You know what I mean?
No matter how I may or may not feel about LeBron on and off the court, which I'm not down on him overall.
Right.
He is your best chance of contending for a championship.
I understand that, bro, but I mean, like, are you going to let him run the team? Because he could easily say, I'm out, and everything that you built for him to stay, he's gone. So now what?
But
team that you build around LeBron, you're screwed now without LeBron.
You're right, but if you don't make an effort to keep him happy, then it could be your fault.
So I
gotta
sit here and make you happy year after year. You can't sign a 4-year deal. You got to keep signing a 1-year, 2-year deal with the player option. I mean, it's like I'm doing everything in my power to keep you happy. And
you a LeBron guy?
No, I would not call myself a LeBron guy. But I'll say this though. It was recent memory of what happened the last time LeBron James left. That franchise was hit hard. So, yeah, I feel you. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be held hostage by this guy. But if he leaves, you have nothing.
Nothing. Right. So are you going to build a team now with Colin Sexton and think that LeBron's gone and he's never coming back? Because LeBron didn't want to play with, what's his name, Wiggins? What's going to make him want to play with Sexton? He don't want to play with young players.
LeBron James does not, he doesn't like rookies.
He don't.
He doesn't like rookies. He doesn't like having to build the process. Like,
right.
He wants to win. He wants to win today.
He wants to be plugged in to win this year coming up.
Yeah.
Because if
whatever
he
year
knows
it
that
is.
if he doesn't, he knows I gotta win.
Making the finals every year.
So you're accepting second place?
Hey, I'd rather take second than third.
Bro, if you don't win, you don't win. In my eyes.
True.
Whether you're 16, 32, 17, if you're not in first place, bro, you either If you're on the second half of the spectrum where you're on the outside looking in, you say, okay, we got close to 500. That's a good year. But if you're on the other half, if you don't win a championship, it's a bust. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, when your goal
By
is a
any means,
championship.
I'm not. My bad, bro.
Yeah.
By any means, I'm not saying it's not an accomplishment to make the finals the way he has, because it is. But when did second place become? Oh, well, he got second place. He tried. He just didn't have a team, or he was hurt, or this or that. Bro, you lost. You made a valiant effort. You have done a lot with nothing for a long time, yes. But you've also had Hall of Famers and All-Stars play by your side, and you couldn't get the job done.
Absolutely.
So it goes
If your
hand in
goal
hand.
if your goal every year is to win a championship, if you fall short of that,
Right.
then it was a fail.
Right.
Now, if you look at like Philadelphia, I don't think Philadelphia had playoff.
Totally successful season for him.
Absolutely.
Indiana, just because they lost round one, they took LeBron James and the Cavs to 7 games.
Right.
Maybe that's not LeBron James in the past, the way his teams are built, but they still took them to 7 games.
For
They
those two
played
teams,
hard.
you're absolutely right. Successful season.
Teams like the Cavs,
Utah.
the Warriors, Houston, those teams, if they don't win a ring, bro, it's a bust. Utah, successful season, for sure. You can't even
Can't
deny
argue
that.
it. Yeah, no, they were expecting to be a lottery team. So, yeah, when your standards are set that high
Right.
and you fall short, you fail.
Right.
So I don't blame LeBron James for
At all.
I don't blame him for being kind of on the fence about fully committing because
It's
he
hard.
doesn't trust the Cavs front office,
Right.
and I don't blame him.
But like we were talking about at work, now we got a fucking squad. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
Like this is the team that you wanted, and you didn't get the job done with them.
Right.
So now what do we got to do? Now who do we got to move? How many players do we got to move? Because clearly he probably don't want to play with JR. Kyle Korver got the man 2 points in the finals. You know what I mean? Like that shit's
Larry
not.
Nance.
You know what I'm saying? That shit's not acceptable.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
like
if LeBron does
that's
something,
like
I think.
Clay going out there and scoring 5 points in a game.
All right. I want to get off LeBron talk. We're not talking LeBron this week. I refuse to talk LeBron. This
Anyways,
week.
Colin
I've talked
Sexton
LeBron every
would be a
week.
good pick for Cleveland if LeBron were to stay. If not, he might be able to develop, but being able to play with LeBron, I feel like would help him out a little bit.
All right.
If LeBron wants to deal with him.
The last one that I want to touch on because it was such a hot topic debate leading up to the draft is Michael Porter Jr.
You want to talk about Bridges going to Philly?
I am looking at that.
And you know what? Philly had 6 picks this draft.
Did they really?
They really did. They picked up Giannis's little brother, number 60.
I did see that.
You know who else went number 60, right?
Yes, I remember.
Yeah,
number 6.
I mean, obviously he's not going to be what his older brother is, but he's long, lanky, and
I'm gonna be honest with you. I am vehemently against picking younger brothers of like star NBA players. You just see all you see is older brothers. Like we can
at
have
60,
that.
at 60 though,
Oh, it's not a risk. At 60,
At
it's not
all.
a risk at all. No.
especially you already
Yeah.
had 5 picks. You're
Yeah.
at this point, you're like,
Yeah,
fuck
might as
it.
well just take him.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's
it's,
try this out.
It's not
Let's
nearly
see
as
what
bad
happens.
as when the
Take 'em.
Bulls picked Baby Teague. I don't even remember his first name because I don't care. But
Jeff,
Jeff. Yeah.
sure, whatever. Get out.
I think it was Jeff. I don't
Get
even
off
know
the
anymore.
court. Why did we draft him?
He was terrible.
Oh, I'm going down bad. Bulls.
Or why
draft
do-
pick memory lane?
Why do we trade up for what's his name?
Doug McDermott.
And then trade him away? Like, dude, what was the
2
point
years
of that?
later.
What
Yeah.
was the point of that?
Oh, we had LaMarcus Aldridge in a Bulls hat. No, never mind.
Never
Tyrese
mind.
Thomas.
We'll take Tyrese Thomas.
Yes. Yes.
At least we can laugh about it.
Wait, what was the other one? Oh, Dwayne Wade wanted to get drafted by the Bulls. We had to trade up for
And they
him. No, we don't want to give up Daniel Marshall.
Yep. D Wade.
Daniel Marshall.
D Wade in the
think I haven't
Bulls
heard him in a
uniform.
while.
Daniel Marshall. Yo,
Yeah, our front office is fucking terrible. I hope somebody hears this.
they've got
My
15
God.
years in.
With nothing to show for it. I mean, not even a fucking finals appearance.
One conference finals.
In one of
That's
the
it.
biggest markets in America.
Right. They can't get anybody to come here.
God damn, that's fucked
Yeah,
up.
like Paul Gasol come though.
Yeah, but that was a bailout just like Wade and Rondo was. You know what I mean? They were preaching rebuild, and they're like, no, wait. This is what we're going to do. We're going to be mediocre and lose in the second round of the playoffs. just for you guys. You know what I mean?
Keep buying those tickets.
Keep buying those tickets. Keep filling the seats. But we're doing this for you. We're gonna make you believe. But
just for future note, if the Chicago
Michael
Bulls ever
Porter,
wanna,
I feel like if Michael Porter were to actually fall out of the lottery, that would have been nuts.
he was close.
He was at 14.
14. He's right there. So Denver, Denver's gonna. I don't know what Denver's plan is. Denver's been kind of a weird team. They're not tanking, but they're not good.
Right.
Right. I think they're just rolling the dice because they're middle of the road. They're mediocre, and this is their best shot. If he works, then he probably catapults them into a regular playoff team.
I feel like with teams stripping down to nothing, like Kansas City, the Royals. I'm sorry, I'm going baseball. The Royals, the Cubs. I mean, almost Golden State stripping down to nothing and then rebuilding. I feel like if you find yourself in the middle of the pack, you either hope that you're going to get this free agent that's going to change it, or you got to rebuild. You know what I mean?
No, definitely.
It sucks. It would suck to be right where Denver
I mean,
is. Like,
no,
legit suck.
nobody liked when Philadelphia was tanking, but there aren't that many situations that you want instead of Philadelphia's now.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there are situations better than Philly's, but
Boston,
sti-
but I mean,
yeah,
other than
Boston,
that,
Golden
you gotta
State,
go west.
yeah. So you're right, yeah.
I just feel like that's just the way the tide is turning now. Before it was like, okay, let's
In sports in general,
right,
Yeah.
like let's rock with what we got. Let's see what happens in free agency, and then if we fall short, we come back. But now it's like, if you're not first, I mean, the middle
might
of
as
the
well
pack,
be last.
the middle of the pack is doing nothing for you because you ain't gonna beat Golden State. You definitely ain't gonna beat whatever team LeBron's on. So you either start tanking now, and then by the time you're ready to win, LeBron's gone.
LeBron's
and
gone.
Steph and them are kind of on their back end of their dynasty.
or guys got egos.
Or they're gonna keep fucking going and win 10 fucking rings. Who knows what's gonna happen with that?
Yeah.
It's definitely not a long shot either.
You think Porter will just be like a role player, or do you think he's?
I'm excited to find out what happens to him.
I think
for
his
sure.
health matters. I think if he can legitimately be healthy, I think he will be on the cusp of a superstar. Now, if he gets to that level, we'll find out. But if he's not healthy, he won't even be a topic of conversation in 4 years. He'll be out of the league.
See, then why doesn't the NBA just change it then? Just let high school players get drafted. You know,
I mean,
instead of doing one. and dones.
I feel like they should change the one and done rule to the way college football is. You gotta play 3 years.
I think it should be more like baseball.
Where can
You
just
either
draft
go to
anybody.
college or you go to the G League. Mm-hmm. That's not a bad idea. At least they're gonna get paid.
But if
a
you
little
go
bit.
to college, you have to be there for 3 years.
See, but then that I don't like that. I don't like the way it is in baseball, but that's just the way it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to work your way through single A, double A, triple A, and then get your shot in the majors. And then when you're in the majors, you're considered a rookie again. Like, so now
You've technically been a
you
pro
got
for like
to the
3-4
top
years.
of your league, and now you're back at the bottom of the next
yeah.
league. So it's like, imagine doing that for basketball, bro. How many years that takes off you? You know, you really got to make the decision at 17 years old. I mean, put yourself at 17 years old. Are you gonna want the money, or are you gonna want to go to college?
But
Bitch, I want the money.
But
Yeah,
I
take
don't.
the money.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Like, let's go do this.
Development in basketball is not the same as development in baseball.
Very
though.
true.
It won't take nearly as
Very
long.
true. Very true.
Because I mean, I think for an NBA player, your career is on average, and I'm guessing, I don't know for sure, your career is probably over at 27,
Average, yeah.
give or take. Yeah. So, baseball guys do hit their 30s more often than not. Hell, there's guys that don't even start their major league careers until they're
Until they're
25,
old.
26, 27.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
If that happens, I mean, but then we don't know what's gonna happen with this whole LeVar Ball league. You know what I mean? Like, if that takes off,
thank you for reminding me. So, Jello. Didn't get drafted at all.
Right.
I'm not shocked by that.
not at all.
But the Lakers announced
But
that
the younger brother,
LaMelo.
yes,
I'm with that.
okay.
Yeah.
The young one,
Melo.
fuck the other two.
Man,
I'm all about the triple.
Lonzo's not bad. He's really not.
No, but he also shot 43% from the free throw line. So you tell me.
It's 45. Yo, I was staring at that number the other
45.
day. I was staring at that number the other day, and
bad.
I still can't believe it. I'm just
Yes.
like, nah, why? How was this right?
Right.
How was this right?
Right. So he's a rookie. He'll get the pass for sure. But don't do that shit again. Because Magic's going to look at you like, motherfucker, what are you doing out there? We need to change that funky-ass jump shot of yours, maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But go ahead with
So the
LiAngelo.
the Lakers formally informed him that he would not be invited to their summer league, and then I think somebody said it's like we tried to keep this a purely basketball decision, but and just kind of stuff happens.
They're like,
So
fuck, we're gonna have 2 of them. Oh shit, LeVar ain't never gonna shut up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not totally against LeVar. I just wish he would shut up just a little bit.
I'm not against LeVar at all, but yes,
Just
bro,
shut up a little
sometimes
bit.
you need to shut up.
Love him.
Yeah,
I'm not on a hate basis. I just want him to calm it down a little bit.
I want
Anytime
him.
he talks, it's hilarious.
I want him to
It
calm
is,
it down
right.
a little bit.
Funny.
I want
He's
him.
so cocky with his just everything.
I want 2 things out of LeVar.
Yeah.
I want him to not talk as much, and I want him to not take 6 months to ship a pair of shoes just to ship the wrong pair.
I mean, them shoes are hideous.
They are. But if I spend $500 on some Zoe 2
That's your damn
mids,
fault, first of all, okay?
if I spend $500
That's your own-
on
that's
some
your
mids,
damn- I'm not-
and then the
nope,
box coat, and it's a
nope.
different shoe,
Don't blame
nah.
LeVar.
6 months later, yo, I'm staring at it like, is this what I ordered?
You were better off going to get some Gucci flip-flops for
That's why
that,
you
dude.
just buy the hats, buy the shirts.
Yeah, I wear a Triple B's hat. That I will do.
I got one.
Not totally against him, bro, at all.
$55 though.
$55 for
The markup on the hat's not as bad as the shoes, though.
True.
fuck that.
I ain't never buying no $500 shoe.
That motherfucking hat better give me some season tickets to the Lakers or something. $55 for a
Couple
hat.
games.
Damn.
I get a meet and
Buy
greet.
one
Shit,
ticket.
something. A free beer with admission? Like, god damn. $55 for a hat. LeVar, you tripping, man. But he's got that bag, though, for sure.
He's
They ain't
got
playing
that.
around.
I think the league starts July 1st.
I thought it already started.
Did it? I don't know.
Could you look that up, Jesse, and see the LeVar Ball League? Because if that takes off and players are getting paid to come right out of high school and they have a shot at the NBA, fuck Duke, fuck North Carolina.
The only
Fuck
thing
that.
the
Why
on-
go there?
The only thing that LeVar makes mistakes on is the ability of his own children.
Yeah,
Every other move he's made is genius because it's
like
working.
they're not all that good,
No.
but they are all talented. LiAngelo will probably find himself in the G League for a few years and maybe get a shot in the NBA. I mean, you never know. You know
He's
what I
only
mean?
like, what, 20?
I believe so.
He's 19, 20, something like that. So he's got
Oh,
time.
so
He's got time. I just don't think he's got the skill.
So are they not playing in Lithuania or wherever anymore?
No,
He pulled them out. He
They're
pulled them both
done.
out. He pulled them both out of Lithuania.
killing
And
it over there.
They were, but the coach was being a little asshole to LaMelo. Wasn't playing him. But he also, I mean, kid's 16 years old. He's got an attitude problem. If you tell him to do something, he don't want to do it. There's going to be attitude. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
you know what I mean? Playing high school football was the same thing. We didn't fucking care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For what? We won one game. Why do we give a shit?
Yeah.
This dude, LeVar was saying, like, if you don't play him, his attitude's going to be bad. So you either play him or you deal with the bad attitude. And I feel like that's not right, and he shouldn't act like that, but he's 17 years old. You know what I mean?
I understand from a parent's perspective why he would say that, but you can't tell a coach that.
Right. I find myself watching that LeVar, the Ball family on
On Facebook?
yeah.
Oh, okay. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
I watch episodes here and there, bro, and some of them, I mean, they're like, damn, bro, they're.
Not all right.
But the average NBA career, like we were saying earlier, was just about 5 years.
Yeah. That's about right. Started in early June.
So it
I've
already
heard
started?
nothing about it. Like
Can you look up and
actual
see, like,
games.
Can you look up and see if you can get like standings or stats or like players on teams?
I saw a picture like with like jerseys and stuff.
Yeah, it's Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia, Houston, Dallas, Chicago, Seattle, and Atlanta, and all the team names are ballers. So it's the
Chicago Ballers. the
Can you
Houston
see like
Ballers.
rosters?
No, their website's atrocious.
All the ballers.
But yeah, it's only giving me the team names and there's no stats.
LeVar Ball, work on that website.
Work on
dog.
the website, man. I
I
was
should go
gonna.
to a game though soon.
I mean, I
the
wouldn't be
Chicago
opposed
Ballers,
to it.
Yeah. If I look, I'm opposed to go to like sporting events in general. Like I've been to a Chicago Sky game.
I've never been.
Never
I've
been
always
to a
wanted
Sky game.
I went to a Fire game.
I've yet to go to a Fire game.
I've driven by that stadium once and I didn't know where the hell I was.
kidding me?
I didn't know what the stadium was for the longest time. I read it
It's
to it.
just there.
It's
Yeah.
yo. It's like yo, is that? It is. Where the hell am I? I still don't remember where that stadium is, but I would go to a Fire game. I absolutely would. I'm all about
I
any
believe
sporting
it's in
event.
Bridgeview.
Yeah, it's in Bridgeview.
Oh yeah. That's somebody said
But-
that.
All the team names are ballers, though.
I
Sounds like you're playing
No,
like
Rob.
NBA Street or something.
Right? I guess it's.
Create a-
I
bring
mean,
it
I
back.
wouldn't
Create a
expect
team.
Bring back
Call
NBA
them
Street.
The ballers.
LaMelo.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the.
Well, yeah, he's already on it, I believe.
Yeah.
That
he
kid
was-
ain't never going back to school again.
Long term, that's gonna hurt. Long
If
term.
your motherfucking NBA career don't take off, yeah, I mean, but I guess big baller brand, you guys buying $500 shoes, so I mean, well, you got money.
Who you got? Yeah, somebody's buying.
Not
it.
us.
Yeah.
No, I hope none of us are that goddamn dumb.
Look, the last stupid $500 purchase I made was the drone that I have, which you've seen. I
Was the
don't
what?
use the drone.
The one that's in the box still.
That's where I keep it. I'm not gonna have it out and about. People step on. Man, yes, it's still in the box.
You could have it recorded right here, bro.
Man, nah. I don't want property damage. That thing is a little dangerous. All right. So, anything else you guys want to touch on an NBA draft? I mean, we kind of went on a tangent for a little bit, but that's normally what happens, I guess.
I mean,
Covered basically what? Top 5 picks. Something like that.
I want to get to Mr. Crab Legs himself.
yeah. After the break or what?
No, I think we could touch. I think we could touch on it right now,
All right.
and then we do a break after that. Jameis Winston, for those that don't know, it has been reported that he is about to receive a 3-game suspension from the NFL. It has not come down yet for an incident in March 2016. Apparently, he was in an Uber. Now the story keeps changing on if he was in an Uber by himself or he was with people. And
This happened this March.
No, 2016. It's 2 years ago. And he groped a female Uber driver. Tyler, that's the same reaction I had. It was 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
So don't get me wrong. If he's guilty of this, then he's got a lot of other things that he needs to worry about, like getting his life together, morals, all that other stuff. I just find it weird that it happened 2 years ago. The NFL has known about this. So
The last one.
I'm texting it to you right now. Shit. Joe talk.
James Winston is a jackass. I mean, like, come on, dude. Like, you get a pass for the whole standing on the table and yelling what he yelled. I mean, like, come on, bro. Like, come on, bro.
What do you yell, Joe?
I don't want to say that. That's not. No, I'm not saying.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, when I heard
what I'm
that story,
saying?
when I
Like,
heard
come
that
on.
story, I laughed. I laughed really hard, but you can't do that.
That time too, it was like so funny.
Like, dude, shut up.
We good, Brandon? All right, cool.
Crab legs are good though.
The crab legs thing was stupid.
Like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're stealing. You're James Winston. You go up to the cash register. You're in South Florida. Can I have this? I'm sure they'll tell you, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude.
And then what's even worse is, you think no one's gonna notice who you are?
You're James Winston.
You're the Heisman Trophy winner from the national champion football team. Oh, and you're the star pitcher on the baseball team. Yeah, we
why-
all know exactly who you are.
I forgot.
Right. Right. Why are they just now doing something about it if it was March of 2016?
It's a Goodell thing.
Like,
The NFL can't get anything right.
well, yeah, we know.
So I don't. That's the
They
only.
condone fucking domestic violence, don't they?
Well, they
In a sense,
You know what I
Ray
mean?
Rice's career,
Like,
though. They just killed Ray Rice.
that's the only one's career is killed though.
Yep.
Like, you really look at it, everybody else has survived it. I mean,
and technically, I mean, Ray Rice could have got re-signed. It's just no one wanted that
Yeah.
smoke.
That
You know what I
baggage,
mean?
true.
Nobody
well,
wants that smoke at all.
the problem with Ray Rice was he was already showing downside. He was already coming.
True.
He was already
Very
coming down.
true.
So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna sign you, and you're not good.
Right. And you got this hanging over your head.
Right. I mean, if he can still rush for 1,200 yards, he's in the league today.
I mean, essentially, is it Roger Goodell? I mean, is it him or is it
Mainly,
this committee?
yes.
I mean,
Yes.
what
Yeah.
like
Very
how are they getting away with blowing this many?
And maybe
Instances.
maybe it's just I wasn't paying attention. I don't remember, but I don't remember the NFL being this bad at handling PR and fan relations before Goodell.
Right.
I mean, he's made misstep after misstep after misstep. The players don't like him. I'm pretty sure most of the owners don't like him, but he makes
Bill
the money.
Belichick likes him. You know, Bill. You know, Billy B likes him. Okay.
I don't know. He cost him his quarterback for 4 games. I don't think he liked him
well,
that much.
He made sure he won 5 rings too. So
Jerry Jones hates him though. So.
Oh, Jerry Jones cannot
that's
stand.
because Jerry Jones is at least a real, to an extent, a real owner. Like, I mean, a real person. Like, I feel what you're going through. I got your back. You know what I mean? Most owners are superficial, I feel like. Jerry Jones will tell you like it is. It might not always be right. It definitely might not always be right. But he'll give you his, this is what's going on, and this is how I feel about it.
Yeah. Jerry Jones is gonna tell you what's really.
I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it for the press so they can interpret a different way. No, I'm telling you how it is, and this is the way you're going to interpret it because it doesn't mean anything else.
Yeah.
Not a lot of owners do that. Not a lot of owners even really talk the way Jerry Jones
No, yeah.
does. He's very involved. Do I agree with him being the general manager? Hell no. Not even close. You know what I mean?
His son has stepped in a lot and saved him from himself. A lot.
Somebody needed to.
Yeah. Because he was, what was it? He was going to draft Johnny Manziel.
Something like that.
His son said, no.
But back
Manziel.
to James. I mean, dude,
He's going into year 5.
is he?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Are you guys play fantasy football? You're gonna draft him if he's there? Super late?
Hell no.
Why not? Just get a backup quarterback. I'd take him.
Nah, I think he was my backup last year, actually.
See? Oh, there you go. Take him again. Make him your keeper.
Nah, he definitely not going to be my keeper. Who was my backup? I don't know. I know Russell Wilson was my start. Oh, no, Dak Prescott was my backup.
He's going into his 4th year.
He's going into his 4th year. Okay.
Yeah, he's played 3.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. He's going into his 4th year, and the Bucks are going to have an option to pick up.
They already
picked it up?
it said on April 17th, the Buccaneers picked up the 5th-year option on Winston's contract. So
He's running out of time, man.
for sure.
He's not impressed me.
I mean,
He's had moments, flashes, but
69 touchdowns, 44 interceptions over 3 years. I mean, nothing crazy.
No.
11,000 yards,
Over
almost
3 years.
12,000. Nothing crazy. I mean, you're at that 4,000 yards a season, which, I mean, is not terrible. Because you think, I mean, Drew Brees, 5,000 yards, not all the time, but he had that little streak going.
Pretty
so
much, yeah.
1,000 yards is, what, 60, 70 yards a game, less that he's throwing than Drew Brees.
Yeah.
I mean, depending on how you break it down, that's not terrible, but
He's
he's only missed 3 games.
he's not winning in a division where all the other
Right.
teams have
I agree.
either won or been in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years. All the other teams, you got the Saints, you got the Panthers, and you got the Falcons. All 3 of those teams have played in the Super Bowl in the last 10 years.
Yep.
So,
Only the Saints won. Atlanta didn't win.
and Carolina didn't win,
Carolina didn't win.
but they've been there.
True.
So you got that kind of pressure on you, and you guys haven't even sniffed it.
Yeah, I mean, when you put it like that, it's a very quietly competitive division. I feel like it doesn't get the clout that it should.
I've always respected the NFC
Right.
South. But
I
yeah,
mean,
no,
when
I
you're
agree
watching
with you.
ESPN, and I mean,
Yeah.
they're usually talking about them, but it's one of the closest divisions year in and year out, whether we're good or bad. I mean, I remember there was a year where if you went 8-8, you made the playoffs.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or if you went, I think we made the playoffs one year at 7-9 or something like that.
They did, because I didn't.
You know what I mean? I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all because you got another team in another division somewhere who won 10 games
10
and
games
should
gonna
be in the
miss.
playoffs, and they're not because they're not in that division.
Like the Bears when they fired Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
They went like 10-6.
They were 10-6.
And they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
They fired Lovie Smith.
That's a tough situation over there.
I don't look that particular situation. I don't disagree with them firing Lovie Smith. Terrible replacement.
Oh, trust me.
That's where the ball got dropped.
Yeah.
Terrible. I'm so glad I can say that out loud. He was atrocious, bro.
Like the first year looked good, but they were only 8-8.
His play calling was fucking. I don't even have a word for it, bro. Like,
To touch on that,
Us three could step in and collectively call better plays than he was.
he fell in love with the screen, the wide receiver screens. It's like, yo, you can't call this play 15 times a game.
Can't.
You already know it's coming.
Maybe three. Maybe three.
Yeah, 5 is too many for sure. Especially when you ran it 15 times the last week. Guess what they're looking for? It's a bad play to begin with.
Screen. That's a front office situation over there. We all know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
But back to Jameis Winston.
3 games.
So how are you are we wagging our fingers? Shame on Jameis
don't
Winston.
give a shit. You
Don't
know
give
what
a
I mean?
shit.
No,
Okay.
don't care because you're either gonna be in the league in after your rookie contract's up, or you're not gonna be in the league. I mean,
So do you think he does get suspended then? I think he probably
I'm
does.
sure he will.
I mean,
sure
if
he
Adam Scheffler reported it, it's probably true.
Okay.
So I do believe that the suspension is coming. I don't know why it's taken so long because that was reported like Wednesday or Thursday or Sunday, and it hasn't come down
hurt
yet.
the Bucks a little bit. I mean,
They got the 3
games.
games. Yeah, the first 3 games. If he doesn't appeal,
New
they're
Orleans,
tough.
Philly, and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, all playoff
All
teams.
losses. Boom. Right
Yeah.
there.
bang, bang, bang.
Yep.
And then he comes back game 4 for the Bears.
Oh, yep. See.
Dub.
And,
Look, the NFL
They'll
couldn't
beat
give him
y'all.
one more game.
They'll beat
They couldn't
you
give him
out.
one more game.
James, this will tear it up. Nah, I'm just talking.
I hope he's out of football shape.
It's hard to say because he's an under the radar. Yeah, he's got, I guess to some people he's a good pick, quarterback, but
So,
kind
he's decent. I mean,
would you to pick him or Mariota?
ooh.
Mariota's got teams in
yeah.
playoffs.
Yeah. I'll take Mariota.
Yeah.
hold on, I'll give you my answer in a second. Bruh,
So I was looking up. Yeah. Yahoo ranked him at 22
man, I
in
just want
fantasy.
answers right off
22
the bat.
quarterback.
Bang, bang, bang.
So
While Joe's looking that up, just to kind of touch. Go ahead.
James definitely has better stats, for sure.
I think Mariota's got a better team around him.
Agree.
yeah.
Though Jameis does not have bad wide receivers at all. It's
Mike
just
Evans, isn't
yeah, he's got
Yeah.
Mike Evans and Deshaun
Straight.
Watson right now. Yeah. Oh, I had that 2-headed monster on my fantasy team. That was great.
Who?
Mike Evans and Deshaun Watson or no, Deshaun Jackson.
Well, you had Kilmar and Ingram. Are you kidding
Yeah,
me?
I had both of
I
those.
had that too.
I had both
What
of those.
the what the other 2-headed monster? You had the 2-headed monster. What are you talking about?
Like I said, second most points in our league,
And you did make
and
the
I missed the
playoffs.
playoffs.
Yes.
Oh, salt. That's
Like I don't know what to do with fantasy anymore.
You and Dion need to team up collectively.
Nah, I'm
run
not
a
teaming up
team.
with Dion. I can't stand Dion. Yeah, no, I don't know what to do. Second most points in our league. Every time that I would put up high scores, I would have the second highest score of the week, and the person at the highest score I was playing against.
Oh my god.
Happened. I put up 200 points on 4 occasions. Lost 3 of them.
Sounds like you need to holler at the commissioner, dog. Oh wait,
Oh,
motherfucker, you are the commissioner.
If anyone ever accuses me of cheating in this league, I just want to win.
I would take Mariota. I agree. I know that was kind of random and back into
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I thought you said Jameis had better stats. Wait a minute, what?
He did, but now that I think about it, I mean,
Well, you gotta think about it. Jameis Winston comes with a lot of baggage.
clearly he fucking got
Well,
to
that's
steal
what
crab
happened,
legs.
Like when they drafted him, like
They knew
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They knew that.
Yeah,
going in.
yeah.
They knew
So-
that he wasn't mature.
So I would like to hope. I mean, it's been 2 years. I would like to hope that he's matured, and I truly believe. Before this report came out, I believed that he did. I'm not willing to change my mind yet because it was 2 years ago. And I feel like there should be kind of a time limit on this, especially if you already knew about it, because this wasn't new information for the NFL. That's kind of why I wanted to talk about it because it's a little late, man.
yeah,
Like
2 years too late.
yeah. Like it's not
Doesn't happen.
yeah.
You gotta do it now and get it done and over with.
Statute of limitation for NFL suspensions. If there's no lawsuit, then get it within the first 12 months or don't even do anything. Because like I said, you've known about it. You could have did something about it. But was that in the middle of what, the deflate gate? So you don't want that? Yeah. So you don't want that looming over your head at the same time? No. If either you're going to do something about it or you're not, and this is why the NFL continuously has problem keeping fans, because they can't make up their mind on what they want to do from a morality standpoint. But that's it. All right. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. This is Smack Talk. Don't pause it.
That's right, leave it on the court. The smack talk, never whack talk, that's facts, dog. All we do is bring lots of fast talk for all y'all. This is more than just some sports shit, this real shit. You'll either be a fan of the show or the verse I spit. Cerebral here and I'm doing me, what can I say? Last name is Jordan, just like the fadeaway. Dropping dimes like I'm Stockton, that's hot shit. While all you'll ever do is talk garbage, that's harmless. Me, Joe, and AK got the hot takes, okay? Don't count us out or we'll crush it like Shaq and Kobe. Don't think we got time for nonsense, that's crazy, man. Should ask Joe how he feels about LeBron, man. Hall of Fame status, you know we talking about the greats. And if we still got time, we talking about the ain'ts. How it feels, man, to be one of the best teams. Become a champion, I bet if it fills all your dreams. Smack talk, leave it on the court. Smack talk, the best next to live reports. Smack talk.
Let's go. All right, welcome back. This is Smack Talk. Leave it on the court. We're going to get into some baseball talk because we haven't talked baseball in forever, I feel like. But I think it was mainly because it was so early in the season. It was too early to care. So
It's never too early to care about baseball, man.
I kind of, besides football, I kind of treat all sports with the give me to the All-Star break, and then I'll see where it's at.
I like that philosophy.
It works, man. I never see a bad game.
I mean, like, what are your surprises right now? What are your
Seattle.
I mean, yeah, they lose Robinson Cano, and out of nowhere they're winning games.
Yeah.
How salty are you if you're Robinson?
Oh, because when he comes back, if they make the playoffs, he can't play.
Oh,
Because of the suspension. You get suspended for PEDs, you're ineligible for the postseason.
I mean, they're 17 games over 500, dude.
Yes.
Seattle Mariners.
The only thing that is hurting them is that they're in the same division as Houston.
Yep. And, I mean, the Angels might make a run, too. Oakland's not far from that third place spot. They're probably not going to make it, though.
Yeah, but only one of those teams is going to make it because you got Boston and New York. Boston and New York. So one of those teams is going to get a wild card, and then you're going to have one other wild card. So
I mean, Seattle's record's not far from Yankees or Boston, though. You know what I mean?
No.
But
So they'll be right there in that mix, unless the Angels turn it up, which I think the Angels are going to have another disappointing season.
yeah, I mean,
Now, if you're Mike Trout, you're legitimately looking at, is this where I want to spend my whole career? I've never sniffed a playoff game. I'm the best player on the planet, and I don't even think it's an argument. If you really look at what Mike Trout has done in his 1,000 games of baseball, he has done things that, all-time legends haven't done.
yeah. Mike Trout, yeah. He's got to make a move if he wants to win a ring, though. Like, no doubt.
No, definitely.
100%.
Definitely.
He ain't winning a ring over
He's
there.
he's one of the worst marketed superstars in the sport.
Yeah, bro. I mean, if you don't follow baseball, I know Mike Trout because I follow baseball.
Right.
But if you don't, he's not one of those players. My bad, bro. He's not one of those players that's like.
Could be just a West Coast thing because he's out in L.A. But you also have the Dodgers. Which is
Right,
like
I was
the
about to
LA
say,
team,
you know
huh?
who Clayton Kershaw is, you know who Yasiel Puig is. I don't know. I think that baseball doesn't stand him up the way they should because, I mean, you know who Chris Bryant is. You know who Bryce Harper is. You know who Juan Carlos Stanton is, Aaron Judge. I could keep going, but for some reason, Mike Trout doesn't get that same lift up. It might be because he's never been in the playoffs, but neither has
Probably.
Stanton.
Yeah.
He was with Miami the whole time, though.
But people know who he is.
Yeah.
A dude that hit
Because
the
he's
ball
New
really
York now,
hard.
too, yeah.
Yeah.
He hit the ball really
Hit the
hard.
ball really hard. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel bad for Mike Trout from that standpoint. I mean, he's got to play with a consummate professional in Albert Pujols, and I think that's taken him a long way. But I think Mike Trout needs to get out of Anaheim.
L.A.
The Angels aren't on the outfield.
Yeah.
Nice. Good movie.
Very good movie, underrated.
I mean,
I agree. I mean, you can't really deny it. It's the simple fact of either they need to move or they need to move him. Let's see. What did he pull up?
what's his contract at?
Yeah, his contract. Hey, I was about to say how much longer is he in there? That'd be
What's up?
That'd be interesting. So, all right. So it won't let me open this. Jesse, explain this to me. So this is at 1,000 games.
Yeah, I just sent you that. It didn't-
So this is at 1,000 games compared to those other players?
Yeah, to Hall of Fame greats. Yeah. You want to break it down?
Wow. So for hits, 1,000 games, Pete Rose had 1,231. Mike Trout has 1,126. Home runs, Barry Bonds had 172. Mike Trout has 224. Runs, Ricky Henderson had 795. He's down on that. Mike Trout has 754. Walks, Barry Bonds, the king of walks, had 603. Mike Trout now has 638.
And that's with protection behind him and Albert Pujols.
And Barry Bonds, through 1,000 games, his WAR was 50. Mike Trout is 61.7. I don't know what that is.
WAR? It
No,
wins
I know what WAR
WAR.
is, but TB.
TB.
total bases.
Total
Total
bases.
bases.
Okay. Hank Aaron, 2,200. Mike Trout, 2,100.
Yeah,
So, I mean, he's right there.
he's on a trajectory for greatest all time.
He started young, too. How old was he when he came in? Jesse?
You're asking a lot of Mike Trout information for Jesse to look up.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll live. Yeah, Mike Trout is on that all-time greatest trajectory. And it just sucks that you've never seen him in a postseason because we can't even have the conversation of, well, is he clutch?
Right, because we don't know.
We don't know. And it's not his fault.
We would like
he's
to
put
assume.
He's put up numbers every single year. His team is garbage.
Legit, dude.
They keep making moves.
Like,
and,
legit.
and what is it, Ohtani?
Yep.
Tommy John surgery, right?
What?
Yeah, he's
Ohtani
hurt.
got Tommy John surgery.
Did he?
Yeah,
I know he had something that shoved him, but I didn't think it was.
Yeah.
It was? Oh, yikes.
Thank you, Angels.
Yeah. Thank
Appreciate
you.
that.
Because we were going to give him the bag in
You know what I'm
Chicago. We
saying?
definitely were going to give him the bag.
Which that brings us to, I think we should talk about the Cubbies a little bit. Don't you think?
I feel
Are you
like
paying attention
I
to them?
feel like every time we talk about the Cubs is when you're down on the Cubs.
Well, I mean, it's because we don't talk baseball every week.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
There was like a 3-week stretch where we could have talked about it, and you probably would have been in a good space.
Trout was 19 in his debut in 2011.
7 years ago? Yikes.
He's 26.
Yeah, he's got a while.
What am
Still
I
got a
doing
while.
wrong?
He's 26 and he's already putting up Hall of Fame numbers.
Money.
Yeah.
But back to the Cubs.
Let's get it.
Motherfucker, we just got swept by Cincinnati. The last place team in the NL Central.
It was like 8-1 in like the fourth. Yes.
And it wasn't a pretty sweep by any means. The first two games we fucking blew. The last
Absolutely
one we
blew.
just got our ass kicked.
And we were going on a streak of we weren't sweeping.
We were
series,
playing good
but
baseball.
we were winning 2 out of 3.
We were playing good baseball.
We were.
It don't matter. We were playing good baseball.
Defense was
Straight
there.
up.
The pitching was there.
All of it.
Offense was there enough.
Now it's what the fuck. Cincinnati?
So are you freaking out right now?
No. No.
No.
The reason I'm not is because the last 2 years we've had to make runs late, and we've done it. No, I'm sorry. No, that was just last year, right?
Well, last year is the only year we had to make the run.
Last year
Yeah.
we had to make the run
Well,
late, and we made it.
Last year in 15.
15.
Yeah.
15. Right.
But it was such a dominant run in 15 that it looked
Yeah.
great.
Right. Last year, I believe at the All-Star break, we were at 43 wins.
We were hovering at 500.
We're at 42 wins right now. So
Yeah.
we'll probably have 50 wins by the All-Star break, which is better than last year.
So, I mean, realistically, the Cubs are in better shape this year than they were last year. I also think that Milwaukee is their year season. I know Joe doesn't.
I
Joe
fucking
doesn't.
hate Milwaukee.
He hates them and he doesn't believe in them. But I asked you not to put the same curse on Milwaukee that you put on the city of Washington. Please don't do that.
I didn't put a curse on it, man. They did it to themselves.
All I'm
I just
saying
noticed it and brought it to the
All
table.
I'm saying is, before the playoffs started, you said that Washington will never win a championship, and look at what the Capitals did.
True. Shows you how much I pay attention to hockey.
Anyway,
But I mean, okay, so I know we talked. I'm almost positive I said this before. Had a friend Wesley go to Milwaukee for a game against the Cubs, and he was talking to a baseball fan that was sitting behind him, who was obviously a Brewers fan, and he's like, yeah, we're doing all right, but it's Milwaukee. You guys will win the division. And Wesley was just looking at him like, damn, bro, you don't have no confidence in your team? He's like, no, it's Milwaukee. It's all right. We're used to it. I'm like,
but
how are you nonchalant about that? I mean, I guess we
But
were the same way
5
when we
years ago-
lost.
5 years ago, we were the
but
same.
He's saying they make a run for the division and then they blow it. 5 years ago, we weren't doing shit. We were barely winning 65 games.
so when Lou Piniella was still managing the team and we were making the playoffs,
When we got swept twice.
yeah, I know there were people saying the same thing.
But
It's
at
like,
least
yeah,
we
we'll blow
made-
it somehow.
We made the playoffs, so Milwaukee's not winning the division. They're choking at the end of the season, is what he's
Yeah.
saying. He said, this is what we do. This is Milwaukee baseball. You know what I mean? Like, he's
Why are you still a fan?
right, like, damn, you're very loyal. But right now, as it stands, Milwaukee they are playing good baseball.
Yeah.
They went on a hot streak. They cooled down a little bit. We went on a little run, and now we're fairly even with them.
Yeah, it's right there. I mean, it's going to be one of those things that if we don't have that hot, or if they keep up with us in that hot August, then it's going to be down to the wire.
I mean, my surprise is Philly. 41-33. I mean, who would have thought that?
Better than they should be, I think.
That motherfucker Jake the Snake is pitching great. I know. But what do you do in that situation? You got to take the younger Darvish, right?
From a management, from a front office
you can't give this
standpoint,
guy $75 million?
no, he's 33.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
didn't know you were gonna come out and pitch under 1 ERA. But if you want, you can come back now. And we'll pay you that.
I tell you
know
this.
what I mean?
I want to say this because of like the demeanor that Jake Arrieta has. He's pitching this way just to
In
spite the
spite of
Cubs.
that,
Oh
just
yeah,
like,
he's like,
hey,
you don't trust, you
fuck
don't believe
you.
in me, you don't think I still got it. Watch this.
Watch this. I'm gonna do yoga and Pilates at the same time, boy.
But yeah, no, I don't think that Jake has the same season if he's back in the Cubs uniform this year.
I mean, Washington's third place in that division. I
They,
love that.
if they miss the playoffs,
Oh, Hyper's gone.
he's gone before the World Series starts.
What team are you most worried about in the National League?
As a Cubs fan,
Yes. As who do we have to beat this year in the NLCS to get to the ring? You got Milwaukee, Atlanta, Philly, Arizona. Dodgers are starting to come back, but without their best player, bro, they took a hit bad when they lost Seager. I feel like I'm most worried about Arizona.
I was gonna say the exact same thing.
Atlanta, yes, they are good and they are young, and yes, they have beat us. But when it comes down to, we got experience in this shit because y'all are getting it now. So we'll see y'all in a few years.
When the playoffs
But
come,
right now we're beating
when the
you.
playoffs
You
come,
know
they'll
what I
get a
mean?
little tight.
Right.
Young guys get tight. I mean, the Cubs, we played loose in 15 when we had
Now
all those
we're
rookies.
tight. We won a ring and got tight.
Yeah, which is weird.
Fucking.
But
God damn it.
But we found a way to get to the NLCS.
3 out of 4 years.
3 years straight.
Right.
So, I mean, how tight are we really getting?
No, but I mean, them.
I
that
didn't-
you were-
Look,
that
hey,
Nationals game 5. I didn't sit down for the fucking game.
And
you know what I'm
and
saying?
you and me were in the stadium for Game 5 against the Dodgers.
Right.
And it was bad.
Right. It was terrible.
It was really bad.
I looked at you and said, I paid $200 for this ticket.
We're
I'm
not
not
leaving.
leaving early, okay? I'm not
And you
leaving
know what?
early, B.
Did I give you any argument?
No, you didn't. You said, I said, we got a funky ass $200 towel, bro. I'm staying for this game. I don't care if I got to watch LA celebrate. I don't care if he just hit a fucking grand slam. I don't care. This ticket was too goddamn expensive. I'm staying for this whole fucking game. I shit you not. I looked at Zach and said that. I said, bro, we're not leaving, bro. I'll tell you.
No, we weren't.
But I think Arizona, man. Honestly, I think
They've had something brewing for the last handful of years. Arizona has.
Me and Aaron were talking yesterday or the day before about he's like, you really think they'll make the World Series? I said, I mean, the way we're playing right now, I mean, it's hard to say, but I think when the time comes, yes. He goes, well, I mean, we're kind of in the same boat. I'm like, no, you guys will end up taking that division from Boston, and if not, you'll beat them in the playoffs. I said, bro, David Price and Chris Sale got swept out in the first round. I don't care what you do in the regular season.
I'm giving Chris Sale a pass because it was his first playoff appearance.
That's the only pass he's getting.
You're right, 100% agree. David Price, he's not worth the money just because of his postseason record.
No.
Nope.
Stay away from that $214 million.
Yep.
Why would you do that? To have a great regular season and say, "Oh, look, we're in first place."
You're basically
who fucking cares?
You're useless once you get to the
once
playoffs.
the playoffs start, if the Yankees make it and you make it, you gotta play them if you want to go to the World Series. You know what I mean? And right now, I don't care what pitching you have. That Yankees lineup is fucking stout.
Yeah, it is.
Plain and simple. Like, I don't care who you have pitching. They'll find a way. Just like we found a way against Andrew Miller the third time out. Just like we found our way against Corey Kluber the third time out. They'll figure it out if they're in a 7-game series with them. Just like when we figured out Kershaw. You know what I mean? Like, all these good pitchers we beat when we won a ring.
Right.
It was the third time out. It was that first time, yeah, they probably shut us down. That second time, we might have got some rips off them. But that third time when it counted,
we had it.
We beat you, and you guys needed to win that game. Mm-hmm. So it can happen, especially with that Yankees lineup, man.
Tyler, I've seen you've been looking stuff up on your phone. What you got?
I'm just looking up, like, stats, the wild card and everything.
Yeah. What do you think? Who you looking out for? And NL.
Nano? Well, I'm just going to go with the Dodgers again.
Really? You think they're going to make it?
Clayton Kershaw.
only 5
Clayton
games
Kershaw's
left.
coming back.
That'll help.
I mean, he's by far.
I mean,
the
so
most
I guess
important
I
piece
look
on that
at.
team.
Let's do this. Let's do a contender pretender. You want to?
Let's
For the
do it.
playoff teams. All right.
Let's
So
do it.
Atlanta, contender or pretender?
Pretender.
It sucks to say pretender because they're such a good team, but I think it's just too young for them. It's just too soon for them. I think
Albies or whatever his name is.
they're fucking good, dude.
Yeah, he's
Now, when you guys say pretender, do you
World
guys mean
Series. I mean,
chances of going to the
yeah,
World Series?
no. Well, I mean, I'm doing playoff teams, so just the
Okay.
teams that are in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
yeah.
So it would be, are they going to win a ring or are they not? Are they going to be able to contend for one, or are they just short? Maybe a year or two they'll be back. You know what I mean?
I can see Atlanta getting to the NLCS. So I'm going to say contender.
I definitely can say that too.
Yeah.
I think Atlanta will be in the NLCS.
Yeah. So I'll give Atlanta contender.
Milwaukee.
If you could go ahead.
Milwaukee.
Pretender.
Pretender.
No. Big.
Not just because I hate Milwaukee.
I
I hate them more than St. Louis.
they're a wild card team. Yeah, what do you think if their season
It-
puts up and then
if you want the Dodgers to get in, I think it's going to be through the wild card. So that means the wild card would come out of.
So that's one wild card. So that's
I mean, it's tight right there. I mean, it's tight.
a scenario. I can paint a scenario where Milwaukee misses the playoffs. But I think in the second half, if they're going to have to play a lot of games against the Cubs in the second half, and when it gets to that point, if it goes the way that the three of us think it's going to go, then that's going to give Philly and LA a chance to catch up, if not pass Milwaukee. So just a product of the whole situation. Plus, I think they might be 1 year away from legitimately being able to say, we're
Milwaukee
Milwaukee,
or
we're here.
Atlanta?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee, no, they're just going to be that team. As long as we're around,
They're going to be the Pirates from the last 5 years.
As long as we're around and playing baseball the way that we're supposed to play baseball, Milwaukee's not going to win the division. I don't think. I don't think.
In a 10-year span, you're not making the playoffs every year is not that often that you see that from a franchise. So I can see
Unless you're the fucking Yankees.
unless you're the Yankees.
Fuck the
That's
Yankees.
it. So I can see in the next 5 to 7 years there be a couple of seasons, and it hurts me to say this,
Where
that
the
the
Cubs
Cubs
win the wild card?
Well, yeah, the Cubs win the wild card, or even, I hate saying this, miss the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
One of these years they're gonna let
me and
this
Aaron were
hangover
talking.
get
He
you.
said, he's like, bro, my Yankees, they won 5 rings in 13 years. And I'm like, dude, like, holy shit. He goes, what if you were to win 2 rings in 13 years? And I said, I mean, I'd take that.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? He
I'd
goes,
take
well,
that.
that's 1 every 6. So, You're not going to win it all the time. I'm like, well, it's easy for you to say because you're a fucking spoiled Yankees fan. But
Yeah.
I would definitely take 2-10, 2-13. I mean, I would just take 2. You know what I mean? If you win 2 and that's all you win.
Just glad we got one.
Just glad we got
After, like,
one.
100
I don't got to
plus
hear
years.
108 no more. You
Well,
know what I
you-
mean?
you-
How long
you
did it
look at-
take you to win? Well,
Shut up, we won.
straight up, like we won.
108
Okay?
years, right?
You look at San Francisco when they were winning like every other year.
Even
The years
years.
that they weren't making, the years they weren't
They weren't
winning,
doing anything.
They weren't making the playoffs.
Right.
And I really do. I want to touch on this real quick before I forget. Shout out to AK. He is recovered. He's
Possible torn ACL.
possible torn ACL. Wishing him a speedy recovery. He is not going to be on the show for the foreseeable future.
I think he's going to be on next
He
week.
is-
He wanted to be on this week, but he wanted to go to his game. And then next week I told him, which next week, guys, we got a pretty good show for you guys. We're going to
Tease
we're
it.
going to talk basketball. We're going to talk GOATs. We're going to talk, top 5. We're just going to talk basketball. So he wants to be here for that one.
Okay.
So I think he's going to get here. So
I'm all in it.
I don't want to say for sure because he might not show up.
Because it's
but
AK.
as the way it stands right now, I think he wants to come in because I told him what we were going to talk about, and I know we've all been wanting to talk about that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the
this-
GOAT and
It's gonna get
debate,
spicy next
and
week.
There's going to be some hot takes, and I think it'll be fun. So
Okay, so speedy recovery to AK. Hope all goes well. But back to this. You can miss the playoffs, and it's not a terrible thing. Now, as a fan, you'll be miserable the entire season.
yeah, because I think for us, we're not playing baseball at the high level that we should be.
No,
Plain and simple.
One
I'm
of
not
these
being cocky. I'm not being condescending. I'm not being any of that towards the Cubs. What we have is a very young, talented team, and we should not be at a 568 win percentage.
but they're a very young team, but they've played
At a high level.
They've played at a high level, and they've played deep playoff runs basically their entire careers.
Right.
So that young thing, I don't really
You're not
care
buying
about
it
that.
anymore?
No, you've played in enough high leverage games.
Yeah.
All of you have. The only player, Ian Happ was on the team last year when they were in the NLCS. He didn't get a whole lot of tick, but you know what? He was on the roster. He was there to fill the experience. You have Tommy LaStella. You have, you have Kyle Schwarber. You have Chris Bryant. You have Anthony Rizzo, Javi Baez. You have all of these players that have been there since 15,
Right.
playing in the NLCS every year. So
You're bound to get one.
young, no, you are experienced. You are more experienced. You're more experienced
Than
than
a lot of
You're more
players.
experienced than Mike Trout.
Right. Right.
You're more experienced than Bryce Harper.
Right. I know what you're saying.
From a critical standpoint,
From
these regular season games in
How
May,
how the pressure changes from regular season to playoff games.
right?
They understand that you can't be overcome by that pressure. This is a regular season. We're playing baseball. That's what we're doing.
Right.
We don't need to up the pressure just because it's the World Series. It's naturally gonna happen. You're like, holy shit, 2 outs, full count. I need to get this hit because we're gonna win right now. You know what I mean? That pressure is high. for
Realistically, I think the early success has kind of hurt them because they got it in their mindset. Oh, we can turn it on. We can turn it on where we want to. We're going to get to the NLCS every year because that's what we do. You have that mindset. You have that mindset. A team like Milwaukee catch you slipping.
sure. Right.
Milwaukee may not be perfect, but they're hungry.
Oh yeah.
They're definitely hungry. And, oh, by the way, they can't stand the Cubs.
Right. So they want to beat you.
Right. So you let a team get you down to the last couple of weeks of the season, and it's not like they're your last series. If that was your last series, I probably wouldn't worry about it all that much. But you got to play against St. Louis, which, oh, by the way, they hate you too. St. Louis would love to let Milwaukee in if it means keeping you out of the playoffs,
That's what I was just gonna say. I was looking up Cardinals.
which, by the way, me and Joe are going to that last game of the season. Just throwing that out there.
Was it against the Cardinals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, Houston has a run differential of 161.
Houston's really good.
I just thought I'd throw that out there because I'm looking
So-
at it right now. Holy
Let's
fuck.
talk about Houston.
shit.
They are the defending champs. Let's talk about Houston.
You ain't beating Houston.
It's tough. Look,
I don't
look.
care if Dallas Keuchel's playing like shit. You got fucking Verlander and Garrett Cole.
There has been no.
Where the fuck did Garrett Cole come from, Zach? This dude was dying in Pittsburgh.
They gave him away.
He was dead.
gave
Why
him
didn't they
away.
give him to us?
You
Same
know,
thing with
look,
Verlander.
You know why they didn't give him to us? Because we're the reason why they had to get rid of him.
True. But just like where their pitching is phenomenal.
It is. They have no hangover, no championship hangover whatsoever.
Must be nice.
They are playing like they are still hungry.
Because our hangover was fucking real.
I think we're still going through our hangover.
And that's bullshit. That pisses me off, man. Because one, baseball already has the shortest offseason out of any of the sports. And two, if you win a championship, you got to do the appearances. You got to do the parades. You got to do all that shit. And it's like, bro, by the time it's all said and done, you have 42 days to do nothing. And in them 42 days, you got to get right back in the gym. Like you.
And realistically, you better be in the gym before you go back.
In the NBA, if you don't make the playoffs, you're playing from middle to late September to April. You get a nice little break.
Yeah. The only person that really has to worry about that short break is LeBron and the Warriors.
Yeah, for real. For real.
But yeah, Houston is right where they want to be. They're I mean,
Ain't too much to say about them.
No,
They're going back to back.
I hope not. I'm not gonna be.
That's tough, man. It's tough to do. I mean, I know the Yankees got it done, but that's tough to do now.
Yeah.
Kansas City did get to it back to back, but they lost the first time and won the second one. But
And they basically blew
if
it
you
up.
were to tell me Houston's going to repeat, I wouldn't argue with you. You know what I mean? But I also don't. I mean, it's just a matter of.
They gotta worry about the Yankees.
Yankees took them to 7 last year.
They did. Now, would you say the Yankees are better this year?
Yes.
They have pitching problems right now. I don't have a choice but to follow the Yankees. My roommate's a Yankees fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we.
So it's
AK,
no surprise that
So
AK 's a Yankees
sends AK sends us in our Smack Talk group chat. He sends us Yankee stats all the
I
time.
just look at as soon as I see something Yankees, I just put my phone back in my pocket. Like, bro, I don't care that it's Derek Jeter Day. Like, yeah, he was great and I respect him, but I'm not a Yankees fan, bro. I don't send you random Cubs bullshit because you're not a Cubs fan.
I don't think that he sends anything else actually.
Like, bro, but they have pitching problems right now for sure. I think he said they lost 2 of their starting pitchers, but
So, does Stanton improve the team versus Castro or not?
the way Aaron breaks it down, I think Castro would be definitely a better fit for him.
I agree with you 100%.
Because you're not getting them strikeouts. Yeah, he might hit you home runs, but he's also striking out.
Yeah, he's raised
but
to strikeout
it's
rate.
not like it's something where it needs to be addressed. Like, it's just that's Stanton. That's the way it is.
Then you
You
got-
know what I mean?
what's his
You
name? Great one.
you pick up Ichiro Suzuki, you know he's gonna get you a hit. That's just what it is. Ichiro gets you a hit. You know what I'm
Stanton hits
saying?
bombs, yeah.
Right. Stanton hits bombs. It's the way it breaks down. He's
Yeah.
not a 4 average hitter.
Yes, Starlin Castro was like a 300 hitter, and
I
perfect
feel
for the
so
lineup.
bad for him, man.
I didn't before. I do now.
I feel bad for him, bro.
I always
The
did.
reason why
I
I
love
didn't
him.
at the time was because he was playing so fucking terrible.
His mind
It was
wasn't in
goddamn atrocious, bro. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
it. His mind wasn't in the game.
Like, what are you doing? You're about to cost us this shit. And then you make the trade, and
And he looked like he found his home in New York.
Yeah.
He was
He was
like I
playing
said,
fucking
batting
great.
300. He
Playing
wasn't making the mental
Going
mistakes
off.
anymore.
Right.
He was good. It was like, all right, he found his home
damn
in New
near
York.
went to the World Series after, you know what I'm saying?
Right. It's like, you know what? Good for you.
Right.
And now you got traded to the Marlins.
The Marlins.
That's
the rebuilding
yeah.
Marlins that Derek Jeter's running. Thanks, Derek Jeter, for, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just totally helped out your old team without even
Hey, but man,
trying to fucking hide it. Like, here you go. We want him back for Starlin Castro.
The Yankees basically got another AAA team.
Legit. Gleyber.
This is a
I
smart
mean,
move. Yeah,
the
great.
Yankees, Gleyber's playing good. Jimenez moved up to AAA for the White Sox. I know we don't really care too much, but
Actually, you know what? Because I have a lot of White Sox friends. I think we all do at this table.
yeah, they're all terrible too.
Terrible.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
terrible.
In
But I love you
comparison,
guys.
in comparison to another team in the city that was doing a tank job this season, the White Sox are doing a marvelous job at tanking. Marvelous.
Phenomenal.
25 and 50 or something.
If they have 25 wins, I am shocked.
The only difference
I
from
think they
their
do.
previous losing seasons is this one actually matters. Like they're actually they got a couple decent pieces. They're gonna get draft picks now. And
They do have 25 wins.
So like before, the difference between them being terrible then and now is the fact that they're building towards something.
Yeah, it's on
instead of
purpose.
just mindlessly running around here terrible, thinking you guys are good for whatever fucking reason. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then
Now
you
you're
got
actually.
Castillo on-
But we have Chris Sale.
yeah, just cut up another jersey. It's fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we could sit here.
I wish we had this podcast when he did that. I really do.
Hey, we could sit here and talk, White Sox all day, but it's
'cause
not. I don't hate the White Sox.
No, I
I
don't
hate
either.
their ignorant fans that don't know what they're talking about and think they do. If you're a Sox fan and we can have a debate, by all means, let's do it.
I have a handful
But
of Sox
the
fans
first
like
time
that.
I hear 108 or you guys are on the north side in Boys Town, bro, you got nothing to say. You know what I mean?
and that truthfully, that's when I really start bagging on them because
Right. It's like, okay, haha, you're fucking terrible. Haha, we won a ring, you didn't. Haha, 2005 was 13 years ago.
I mean, I've got ammo loaded in the clip when it comes to White Sox fans because I actually pay attention to baseball. I've actually been to a White Sox game this year, so
I went to a Cubs White Sox game, so technically I
Yeah,
went to
so
both games.
look, if you just want to go to a baseball game, you can go to a White Sox game for $7.
For real.
Yeah.
You're going to spend more on food than it is to get in the
Yeah,
stadium.
there's no traffic. It's actually
Nobody goes, so you can sit wherever you want. You can sit wherever you want.
the food.
Yeah.
I will say this: the food at Guaranteed Rate is better than Wrigley's. That's the only
Yes,
thing that's
for
better.
sure.
That's it.
For sure.
I'll just get
The atmosphere is more like geared towards like I guess the family atmosphere, whereas
Wrigley's
is
a
like
party.
we're here to get fucked up and watch the Cubs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which until the last 3-4 years, it was just we're just here to get fucked
Yeah,
up.
we're just. It was cheap to come to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? $5 ticket, $115 in
What's
beer.
more expensive, Sox game or Slammers game?
That's a toss up, yo.
And
Yo,
I'm
that's
not
a
talking
real
about-
toss up.
I'm not talking about $2 Tuesdays or Thursdays or whatever. You know what they got there.
Look, I can show you on my phone right now some of the promotions that the White Sox send me. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Bro, probably 3 or 4 years ago, my mom goes to the grocery store, buys her Pepsi like she always does. She's like, here, I got this voucher for free White Sox tickets if you want. I'm like, why'd you get that? She's like, well, if I bought 2 cases of pop, I got free tickets. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yo.
Buy, like,
You buy
40
2 cases of Pepsi and you go to a White Sox game? Jesus Christ.
All right, now I'm doing it. I'm looking it up. The emails that they sent me, the deals. It's just
He was telling me like free Jersey Day or something. And anytime White Sox have a promotion, you can pretty much just walk in the stadium and get him.
Yeah.
Cubs, it's like, damn, I don't think we're gonna.
we gotta get there early.
early.
Yeah.
Friday 5.
It's all right. You guys will be good again one day. We're just living it up right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'm not gonna rag on them. Okay, can someone I don't know why for the life of me, and I'm gonna go off a little bit here. All these St. Louis Cardinals fan pages keep following me on Instagram. I don't know why. I have not said anything positive about the Cardinals ever.
Ever.
Now, I will say this. One of my closest friends is a Cardinals fan. That ain't enough of a reason.
Nope.
You gotta do better at picking your friends, Zach.
Do not start with me.
I'm just kidding. You'll never hear me say go St. Louis. No way. I hate St. Louis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of a
There's like
situation.
one good thing about St. Louis, and that's Pappy's Barbecue. That's about it. Other than that,
Went to a Cubs Carbs game like 2 years ago. She was rowdy.
I like
Ball-
Ballpark Village.
Ballpark Village is not terrible.
Yeah. Especially what Wrigley's becoming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Minus
A lot
all
of
the
what
hotels.
Wrigley is doing now is I will say is probably based off of what St. Louis did. That's the only thing that they did right in that city is what they built around the Cardinals Stadium and everything like that.
Cubs is getting there.
it's
You
too
got
small.
Hotel Cerebral built now. I mean Hotel Zachary.
Thank you. Let me get my plug in, man. Come on. Oh, by the way, I'm still looking for advertisement, so I'm throwing that out there. I think Joe will agree with me. We can't wait to sell out.
One day.
I was having a conversation. With somebody the other day. He's like, I can't wait for the day that I'm big enough to sell out.
I mean, that's the name of the
I
game.
was like, all right, I ain't gonna say it like that, but
That's the name
kinda.
of the game, ain't it?
Yeah.
Fake it till you make it, boy.
Oh yeah.
Straight up.
all right, we're going on a tangent here. I think we're done talking about baseball.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, you follow soccer?
Oh yeah, I do.
Oh, thank God,
Oh,
because
yeah.
that means you guys can talk. Because I watched
Oh,
some
yeah.
World Cup games, but in no way, shape, or form do I know soccer.
Mexico beating Germany.
I watched
You like it? You don't like it?
I don't like
I fucking love it, dude.
I watched
Why
them
could you
beat
not like
Korea.
it? How do you not
I don't like
it?
Chicharito, man.
What?
I said I don't like Chicharito.
Dude, what's wrong with Chicharito? Are you serious?
Garbage trash.
Look, hey, I can't say
The
if
man's
he's
had
over-
like 100 and some appearances for Mexico, bro, and scored like 50 goals. That's one every 2 games. Are you fucking kidding me? Trash? What?
Despicable garbage.
This
Yo, that sounds kind of personal. Hold up, I want to know what is it? What is it about him?
What? It was about Chicharito?
yeah, because you're coming at him fucking crazily right
Against
now,
Germany,
dude.
which I had winning it.
Well, so you're mad because they
Yeah,
beat Germany?
yeah.
He ain't. No,
I
so
hate
you're a hater.
I am a hater. You already know I'm a
okay.
hater.
Yeah.
You already know I'm a hater.
Yeah.
Did they hurt your pockets?
No,
Okay,
but if I did bet on it,
I think I
would
told
have lost a lot.
I told my sports gambling story here. I don't think I'll be gambling on sports ever again. No, I bet on the Warriors Rocket series. And I bet on the Warriors early in the series. I was not enjoying watching that series at all. I was cussing out Kevin Durant. Stop playing ISO ball. But I got my money at the end. I was like, man,
See, there you go.
I mean, the way it stands right now, who do you have winning then?
Right now, probably Brazil then, because
Brazil?
they're killing it right now. They won like 2-0 yet.
Dude,
what?
I don't
You
think.
got Neymar killing it right now.
No, they're not doing good right now, dude. I think Croatia's going to win it.
Croatia has gotten people by surprise.
Yeah, they just
I
beat
can't talk
Argentina,
much,
too.
but yeah.
They did, but Argentina's goddamn terrible.
It's because you got Messi. Just
You
carrying
don't
that
like
team.
Messi
No, I
either?
love
So
Messi.
let me
No,
guess.
No, I love Messi.
Okay, because I was going to say, let me guess, you got
I'd rather
Ronaldo
take-
all the way in
No,
your...
I'd rather take
okay.
Messi over Ronaldo any day of the week.
Really? Okay, break
I
that
like
down for
shorter
me.
guys.
I like shorter guys. That's,
Yeah.
Is it because Ronaldo's too good looking, you shouldn't have all of it?
Yeah, no.
I actually
Give
hear
me
that.
some of that.
It's the same argument I hear about Tom Brady.
Yeah, I mean,
Fuck Tom Brady, man. God, I hate Tom.
Isn't now?
Tom Brady's hair
do you
is
hate
dope.
Tom Brady because of his hair, because of his ability to play football, because of his wife, or because of his
I
money?
hate Tom Brady.
that's all of it.
Now, when you say ability to play football, I mean, I hate Tom.
Arguably the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. Arguably. But yeah, no, I think
Javier Hernandez is overrated. Are you serious, bro? Chicharito.
Chicharito.
What would Jesus say about this?
Oh, he would hate me right now.
Okay, I'm just making
Shout out
sure.
to Jesus.
I'm just making sure me and him are on the same page because
Yeah.
you're tripping. This is, I mean, Mexico legit has a chance to go. Oh, my bad. Mexico legit has a chance to go to the finals.
Oh, yeah.
Why is this not going back?
Did you watch that Germany game? It's like 1-1, I think.
I
Cruz scored in like the 95th minute.
haven't watched.
Extra time right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Had
trying
money
to
on that
go
one,
to,
too.
But it's things
I watched
being-
Mexico and Korea yesterday at Top Golf.
Mexico won.
Yeah.
Top golf. Huh?
Yeah.
Top golf
How'd
is
that go
sweet.
for you?
Exactly like you think it would, Joe.
Let's see.
Man, I'd probably just have Brazil. Portugal probably might make it far.
Wait, we had a stat sheet with all the World Cup stuff on it.
I know, but it's not what I was looking for.
Is there a game on? There's a game on right now.
Goals.
Yo, these
for-
times are screwing with
Oh,
me.
never mind. Here
It's
it
like
is.
7, 11, and then 2 p.m. In the mornings.
I'm not waking up to watch soccer. I'm sorry.
Who we got? England just won 6-1.
Against who?
Panama
Yikes.
6-1. Then the next
Oh.
game is Japan versus Senegal,
Boring.
Yeah, that's not.
Super boring.
and then you got Poland and Colombia.
Let's Who's
Who
moving
you got?
on? I don't know, man. I think Croatia, and let's see, what was the other team? Croatia,
Belgium,
Denmark.
Denmark.
Yeah, that's what me and Aaron were talking about. Croatia, though, I mean, coming out of that, I definitely didn't think Argentina was going to be that bad.
So while Joe's looking up his notes, Tyler, what do you think about North America getting the World Cup in 2016 or 2026?
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you
It's
feel
good
about?
for-
How do you feel about now? This is I don't care, but I felt some type of way about this. How do you feel about Chicago not being one of the cities
being-
chosen?
No.
It's
That's not how it
confirmed.
went down.
It's not confirmed yet, though, is it?
You know how it went down.
How did it go down?
It was a bidding system.
Okay.
Now, granted, Chicago being Chicago,
You should be on the.
you're gonna get a game, right?
Should be.
Should.
The mayor took Chicago out because he
Rahm?
said,
Yeah.
he said, if you can't guarantee me a game, we're not even going in the running for it.
He hates culture.
Well, that's because he went so hard for the Olympics.
Right.
He went hard for the
Right.
Olympics, and I think he was kind of butthurt about that.
But so Chicago does get a game. Gonna be at Soldier Field, right?
Probably.
Where the fuck are you gonna put all these people? I mean, Soldier Field is literally like the size of the United Center. I mean, it's very small compared to NFL stadiums.
It's the smallest NFL stadium.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
you know,
65,000 people. So.
Yeah.
Some of these NFL
They always
stadiums
have
are
big.
100 plus. You know what I mean? I was at Michigan. I was at the Big House in Michigan, bro. That fits 110, and that's a college stadium. Come on, Chicago. You know what I mean? But
Get good. Jeez.
it would be very good for the city,
Yeah.
money wise, hotels. I mean, a lot more traffic than we already have, and
Well, I'll
Yeah,
just
higher
look.
ticket
Trust me.
prices.
I'll just stay out of the city for that month.
yeah,
But
definitely.
then, are you gonna travel to like Cincinnati or Nashville to get?
I mean,
I would totally go.
I would want to. I mean, World Cup is in America. I mean, why not take the 10-hour drive to Cincinnati? You
It
know what
could
I mean? Why
potentially
not?
it could potentially be your only chance to
Right.
see a World Cup game.
Right.
Yep.
Now,
And-
unfortunately, we won't be able to see guys like Ronaldo or Messi
Yeah.
or
I don't even care.
Neymar.
I don't care if it's like Japan versus Senegal.
Right.
Yeah, I'd go see it.
It's
Why
a
not?
World Cup game.
Yeah.
And then you got to bring in the issue of teams are expanding from, what is it, 32 to 48.
Yeah.
So you're adding 16 teams,
16
which is
teams
adding a
to the
lot of
World Cup?
matches. So you're adding 4 more groups to the.
To the World Cup. Mm-hmm. Damn.
And you don't have to worry about how good or bad USA soccer is
they already
because
got good, right?
as a host city,
You
Well, what
automatically
about,
get
does that
I don't
Give
know how
Canada
that
and
works.
Mexico one too?
I think
Yes.
yes,
yes?
Yes.
and especially with them expanding it, I don't think that they're
It's not
going to
going to
care.
make an issue.
Yeah,
The thing that I like about it is you're taking teams that are like, we are never going to win a World Cup to now we have a chance. So all these teams that were, 1 through 16 after the teams got picked, those 16 teams now have a chance, and then that leaves some of those teams on the outside of the 48 that almost have a chance because you don't know. I mean, teams like Italy fell out this year, USA fell out this year, so that's how you get the Panamas and you know what I mean, and the smaller countries
Yeah.
like that. I think it's good for it.
the expansion.
Yeah.
Do you
More
guys?
money. I mean, it's all money driven.
of
though,
course.
You know
Well,
what I mean?
FIFA is.
Well, FIFA is corrupt.
FIFA is
Anyway,
more
so-
corrupt than the NCAA.
Legit.
Do you guys think that by 2026 that Americans will care about soccer more?
Yes. Because
It's-
because it's
that's
gonna be
tough,
coming
dude.
to America.
That's tough because you already got Americans not really. I mean, yeah, they pay attention to hockey, but it's not like the other 3.
MLS is soccer as a whole is 5th in this country. It is.
Because
But it's always been like expanding rapidly. Even
you
through
keep
ages,
getting
like
players
18,
like
15.
Ibrahimovic and the European players that are slowly coming out of their European careers. I mean, they come over here and absolutely
Destroy.
kill it because the competition over there is so good that you come over here to America.
What was the guy that just came over?
Ibrahimovic.
They have not been playing well. They won that first game.
Ibrahimovic,
They won that first game.
Schweinsteiger, he came over.
Rooney's coming over now to DC.
I don't like it because they're coming past their prime, so it's like we're not even seeing them at their best.
It doesn't matter though.
Yeah,
they're
they're still,
still
like, 34.
They're still better than a lot of these players these MLS teams are putting on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, if you enjoy soccer, you're going to go to Chicago Fire games. But if Chicago Fire is first place in the MLS and they're killing it, that's when I'm going to go. You know what I mean? I'm going to be a bandwagon. I'm going to say, all right, let's go. You know what I mean? But until they get good, I mean, unless you're a diehard soccer fan, it's kind of, it's there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
we can go.
This year, it was like I went to the Cinco de Mayo game, and then I got a free ticket to go to another one.
Yeah.
To another game?
Yeah. Because I went to like a job fair there.
Oh, okay, for
They
sure.
gave you a free ticket.
Yeah, that's dope.
And yeah. So fun.
But
It was so fun.
it
man.
has a chance.
You can just sit
I
anywhere.
mean, you also have the tide changing. I mean, there's a lot of kids that aren't playing little league sports though nowadays. You know what I mean? So, who knows what's gonna happen? I know when I was a kid, I played soccer for like 3 days and I quit. I'm like, I don't want to play soccer anymore. I'd rather play baseball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Soccer was terrible.
Like, I think as far as like as youth sports go, soccer is definitely up there. I think it's soccer and baseball are probably your 1 and 2.
Football is definitely declining.
Football is probably at the bottom.
I mean, I think there should be. I mean, like, you don't issue like flag football leagues. You know what I mean? Until they're like 12 years old, and then start hitting them. And because if you wait till high school to start tackling, you ain't gonna have no NFL. You know what I mean? Because players
No
aren't
one's
gonna
gonna know
have
how to
time
do
to
it.
develop. Players aren't gonna have time to do anything.
Yeah, and there's bad technique now in the NFL.
Bad, terrible. So I mean, it starts with generation that we got growing up right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On them goddamn tablets all day. I don't play outside.
Yeah, there's
you
not
know
going to be
what
any
I'm
sports
saying?
because I don't know. There was another tangent that I wanted to go down, but I don't remember it.
About soccer?
Yeah. Just kind of like soccer culture in this country, man, because it's like
I mean, like you said it. I believe that we will win. No, you don't. You're just on it because it's popping right now. You know what I mean? Like, I specifically remember you saying that. Like,
Yeah.
no, you don't believe that we will win. You're just following the hype because that's what you do. Do you really pay attention to soccer? You know what I mean? Some of these kids, oh, okay, yeah, cool.
Landon Donovan. That's the only U.S. soccer player.
Oh,
I'll tell
so
you.
You know,
Landon Donovan
The
too.
Cubs getting 5 million people. Come on, man. There ain't, now you're all fans. You know what I'm saying? Now you're all Cubs fans.
Yeah, I've been to plenty of games where there was nobody there.
Right. None. You know what I mean?
But you wanted to touch on.
Oh yeah, Landon Donovan.
I know what you're going to go to, but go ahead. I'll let
Landon
you.
Donovan,
I'll let you
Mexico
explain
thing.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Bring it up.
Yeah, explain what happened.
like Landon Donovan like gave his support for Mexico.
Over United States.
Yeah, well the U.S. is even in it. So
Yeah,
but, like
right.
then he was facing some backlash from like U.S. players and other people.
This is our sworn enemy.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
That's like if the Cubs didn't make the playoffs and the Cardinals did.
and
It would be like
Rizzo-
Chris Bryant,
Yeah.
tweeting out, "Go Cards." What are you doing?
for real. I don't really understand. Like, what was him supporting Mexico achieving? Like, is that just the way that he went because Mexico has a decent team, or is it just
Well, he plays in Mexico now. So
okay?
that's probably why.
Okay, so he's playing club soccer in Mexico now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And he tried to turn it into a political thing. I don't want to get into everything that he said, but he was trying to avoid the smoke. He was definitely trying to avoid the smoke.
Yeah.
And I like Landon Donovan. I do.
Oh, yeah, he's an American hero, dude.
Sure.
I mean, you guys, if you pay attention to soccer, I mean, he could be your
He got
LeBron
it-
James.
he
He could
got
be
it
your
to a
Kobe
point.
Bryant.
Tim Howard and Michael
Yeah,
Jordan.
bro.
All
I
American
hear
heroes.
Oh yeah, Tim Howard, Landon Donovan, and Tim Howard. Only two I know. Tim Howard's that dude. But yeah, they really did bring up U.S. soccer to a point where we could do that.
It
I
was
believe that we could win chant. I mean, we couldn't, but people faked it out. So yeah, definitely. You guys got anything else about soccer?
No, I mean, I haven't watched too much because of the times that the games are on.
Yeah.
And, I mean, unfortunately, I have a full-time job, and I got to go to work every day. Can't watch the soccer. But I remember a couple of the past World Cups where I was working, like, nights, so I was able to watch a lot more. I mean, it's still interesting. I still get updates about it. I still try to follow as close as possible. But I just think with Mexico beating Germany the way that they did, I mean, Mexico might make a little run. For real. They got a lot of people behind them, and they're playing for essentially a lot. Mexico as a country, Mexican culture, I mean, you have a chance to make a run. Because the talent is not watered down, but the teams are not what they were in the past. Like, there's not that dominant Spain team or that dominant Netherlands team that's just killing it right now. Everybody's either lost one, you know what I mean? If they didn't lose one, they was close. So we'll see what happens, though.
Yeah.
We'll touch on it next week a little bit.
Anything you want to add to it, Tyler?
No, I mean, you guys pretty much said it all.
All right.
I mean, it's cool.
Now, I know it's your first time on the show. I'm sure Joe's not prepared for it either. We do every single week.
Shit.
We do. We do
Every week, bro. Every week.
we do our Leave It on the Court Player of the Week. So whoever you feel like he's struggling over there. Whoever you feel like really left it on the court, field, whatever the case may be. Joe is really struggling, and it's hilarious.
Yeah, but I didn't know. Why didn't you tell me about this?
Bro, because I forgot.
Every single week he does this. I say it, and he looks at me like, "Oh shit!" And then he's doing what he's doing right now. He gets on his tablet and he starts looking up stats for the week, and he doesn't do it with any level of conviction.
Can't do it any fast. I can't do it fast enough either, bro. I don't know who to pick, dude. You go first.
You want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay, fine. That's fair.
So I can see where you're going with it. You know what I mean? Maybe just copy yours. I don't know.
My Leave It on the Court Player of the Week is actually going to be Mike Trout. Now, he didn't do anything specifically special this week, but it's been ESPN, all the other big channels, big networks, and everything have started to celebrate what Mike Trout is. And when you actually break down the numbers and look at it, you finally realize this dude's all-time great.
Yeah.
This dude's all-time great. He showed up to work every single day. Yes, he's missed games due to injury, but it's not been a lot. He is undeniably, in my opinion, the best player in baseball, and I don't think it's close. There was a conversation of Mike Trout or Bryce Harper.
You see the way, I don't mean to interrupt you, bro, but the way he's playing in the contract year is not good.
No.
It's a fucking.
And to make it worse,
atrocious.
he shaved off his beard. I'm very
Yeah,
ashamed
he
of you.
looked dumb.
Bryce Harper.
He shaved all his swag off.
Hey,
the
he's got the
minimal
hair, though, so.
minimal that he had left, because he's batting like 190 right now, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
I've already given you
Didn't
my
mean to
opinion.
interrupt you,
No,
but I
you're
had to
right.
get that
No,
out.
you're absolutely right. I've given you my opinion on how I feel about Bryce Harper and if I want the Cubs to sign him.
Yes.
I'm not on that train.
It's one of these,
I'm not.
bro.
I'm not on that train.
It's a yes and a
I'm-
no. It's a yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna give you
It's
more
one of
time.
them.
I'm gonna give you more time to talk because I'm going on this tangent. You break down Bryce Harper's year by year numbers. There's only one season that's
He
worth
over
the
30.
money. One. All the other seasons are mediocre at best, or they're injury ridden. I'm not paying you $400 or $500 million. I'm not paying you $300 million.
Motherfucker, no. We ain't even get 250.
I'm telling you right now, the way that Jason Hayward has been playing this year, I'm keeping Jason Hayward.
Keeping him.
I'm keeping him.
Keeping him.
Better
Throwing him
defender.
out. Throwing him out.
Throwing Hayward out for
Yeah.
Bryce?
Yeah.
Hayward's too good defensively.
Hayward's too good defensively.
Bryce don't want that smoke defense. You
No.
seen that throw out the other day?
Yeah, I did.
He fucking hit
The
Willie
ball
C.
didn't skip.
You couldn't have put it in any better spot.
Bro.
He literally, Willie C had to go like this. You're out. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do you are damn near 400 feet away and you put the ball on the button like that?
Didn't even skip.
How could you say no? Yeah, his offense might not be great.
It's not consistent. His offense isn't consistent, and he's been in a 2.5-year slump. I'll say that.
Yes.
But offensively, how he's playing now is more in line with how he was the later years in Atlanta, the one season that he had in St. Louis. If we get close to that, I don't think we're going to get that level of offense from Jason Hayward again. But if he's batting 280, 285, and playing the defense that he's playing, he's a better option for us than Bryce Harper. Because if Bryce Harper is not batting well, which he's not doing now, he is not a defensive liability. He's not a defensive liability.
Hot garbage.
But you don't want him on your team at all. It's like Jason Hayward keeps getting time on the field because of his defense.
Oh, yeah.
Bryce Harper's not going to get that same luxury. No. So that's all I say. But my player of the week, Mike Trout, probably the greatest player in baseball in the last 30. I'll give him 30. Last 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
30 years, so that's the 80s.
I'm riding that train.
I guess we'll have to bring that
Actually,
back up when we talk baseball.
88. It's 2018. I'm basically talking the 90s. Time is ticking.
Yeah. You got a lot of great players. Anyways, but go.
I'm going to go with my leave it on the court player of the week.
Please do.
Johnny Lester.
I like that.
Okay?
Yeah.
I know the last 7 games doesn't necessarily reflect a week, but over his last 7 games, 6-1, 1.57 ERA, 7 games. He's pitched, you know what I mean? 46 innings, 34 Ks, 11 walks. I mean,
He's dialed in this year.
he's balling right now.
Definitely dialed in
For
this
sure.
year.
I mean, the Cubs might not be playing great, but at least when Johnny Lester gets on the mound, we give him a few runs, and we don't got to worry about it.
Right.
That was my on-the-fly player of the week.
What you got for me, Tyler?
All right, I'm going to switch it up. Different sports here.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the number 1 overall pick,
Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton.
Man, you really like this guy.
He got paid in Arizona. He's getting paid now.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
Why though? What is your upside
he's a
for him?
phenom.
Phenom.
Yes.
You're really riding that train.
Riding it
Except
hard.
I wouldn't call it a train, but I feel you.
That might be sucking something, but it's not.
Small red wing wagon, maybe.
The red rocket
Red, yeah. Do you buy into the Shaq Kobe comparisons with him with Ayton and
Booker and him and Booker.
Yeah.
No,
No.
not at all.
You don't think?
See, I hate comparisons. It's like, I don't know, it's like peanut butter and jelly. Which one do you like better, peanut butter or
Well, you
jelly?
eat them together.
That,
Yeah,
that
That'd be crunchy or smooth or creamy peanut butter. Which one?
Ooh, I'm going crunchy.
Okay.
smooth.
So you're not completely off the wagon. I like it. Good
see?
answer. You're
Get the
tripping.
mindset. Yeah, get the mindset over here.
You're tripping. Creamy peanut butter, bro.
Dude, I eat peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day. I
Yeah,
can't do
with
crunchy.
crunchy peanut butter.
No, dude.
It's like having
What are
orange
we
juice.
talking
What
here?
about having orange juice with whipped pulp?
It's the best with pulp. Are you kidding me?
You like
Yeah.
whipped pulp? Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Ham, no burger. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's like, give me a hamburger. No cheese.
No cheese.
Yeah, it's a hamburger for a reason.
Bro.
Yo,
if I wanted-
wait.
Hamburgers don't exist, bro. It's a cheeseburger.
No,
No
well, if I
ham-
want a cheeseburger, I want cheese on it.
There is no such thing
He's
as
a
a burger
hamburger
without
with
cheese,
cheese.
bro.
A burger without cheese?
Yeah.
It's called a hamburger.
But nobody eats that, man. Cheeseburger, man.
I don't know. Maybe you got like some. What if you're like
DeAndre
allergic to
Ayton
cheese
can
or something?
definitely play almost up to Shaq's level.
Whoa.
That's,
Almost. He's a 7-footer,
I didn't say
bro.
that. I
He's
didn't
a
say that.
7-footer.
Whoa.
Almost.
What if he's like a Dwight Howard kind of guy?
Dwight Howard was good.
Oh.
No, man.
You know what? We got to go there. We got to go to Dwight
Dwight
Howard.
Howard?
Thank you. Dwight Howard was traded from the Hornets to the Brooklyn Nets, where NBA careers go to die.
And then he was released, right?
They're negotiating a buyout.
So now he's a free agent.
He's a
Right.
free agent.
Go to Golden State.
He ain't gonna fit in, dude.
They're not
Just
going to
win a
put
ring.
up with his bullshit because
Dwight
everywhere
Howard
he's
is-
gone.
That attitude and that everything that he has, bro, he is not good enough. He used to be.
He used to be.
He used to be very good.
Hell yeah.
I mean, he did take Orlando to the finals.
Yeah.
Ultimately lost to Kobe, but
He beat LeBron.
Which is hard to say.
which
Maybe he
not
should
a
just
lot of
join LeBron
people, not a lot of people can say they beat LeBron.
He was. No, he wasn't. No, the Celtics. He was the second to last team to stop LeBron from going to the finals. The Celtics did.
Yeah, the
after that.
Celtics did it
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next year. Not many people can say they beat LeBron. I mean, Steph and Clay and all
Can
that
say it all the time.
say it whenever
Yeah.
they want.
Well,
Dirk can
whoever
say
beat
it.
him 8 times.
Yeah, real quick because I didn't get a chance to ask you about this. What did you think of Draymond's trolling game with the T-shirts?
The one before that was better.
What was the other
It
one?
was like Quickie Arena
Oh,
or something like that.
yeah.
This one was the Arthur hand with the
Yeah,
3 rings. I
yeah.
thought the last one was better.
I liked them both because it took me a second to realize it's like, oh, the tweet. Okay,
I think it's all hilarious.
yeah,
Because he wins and that's
and you can't say anything about
what
it.
are you gonna say? Yeah,
His
you
t-shirt
fucking
guy.
hate him, But if he's on your team, you fucking love him.
I respect Draymond because I do understand that if he was on my team, I would be fighting for him.
Yeah.
So because of that, I respect him.
Right.
Because I mean, it wasn't to this degree, but
Joakim.
Joakim.
Who the fuck goes to Cleveland? God damn it. Okay?
And Joakim
Nobody.
always kept it real.
Always. He said, you ever heard of anybody going to Cleveland for vacation?
Do you like it?
Do you like it?
Wait. I do know one person who went to Cleveland for vacation, and you do too. I'm not going to say his name.
Oh, well. Cornball. Who would go to vacation? Yeah, no. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, Draymond is definitely very outspoken. He's going to tell you like it is. And until you beat him, really can only try to fight him. I mean, that's
Right.
about it.
Don't get kicked in the nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Grayson Allen because he's dirty. Yeah, I feel you.
Who's more dirty?
Grayson Allen.
Oh, Grayson,
Grayson Allen.
bro. Are you kidding me?
Grayson Allen. Grayson Allen. Wait, mic check. Grayson Allen.
I don't know.
Bruh.
Maybe that's why the Bulls needed Grayson Allen to be dirty. The Bulls just need to get
No,
dirty.
no.
We had Nazi for that.
No.
Nazi shoved LeBron across the court.
He did. Nazir Muhammad.
Now, there was a little bit of flop in that, but Nazi's a big dude, so I don't think it was a lot of flop.
LeBron flop? Stop.
Yeah, that's not true.
Come
Hey,
on.
you know who watches a lot of soccer? LeBron.
Yeah. Me and Aaron watching the game yesterday, bro. This dude made it seem like he got a cleat, in his shin, and he's sitting there holding it. They keep showing the replay. It doesn't even come in contact with him. I said, I know somebody who does that in the NBA.
But you know what? Soccer has mastered it.
LeBron.
The only problem with soccer is that there's so many cameras. They look at it as get up, get your ass up.
Looking at every angle and everything, yeah. But no, LeBron flops for sure.
All right, so I'm gonna wrap up the show. I want to repeat some of the stuff that I said last week. We are looking to grow the show as much as humanly possible. So advertisements, we are looking for that openly. So if you are listening and you want to have an ad on Smack Talk, leave it on the court. You can reach me on Instagram at The Real Cerebral. You can reach out to Joe at Space Jam
45.
Space Jam 45. We want to grow this product. We want to make it the best that it can be. And like Joe said, we kind of just want to sell out. So
Take it till you make it, dog.
take it till you make it. So anybody that's interested in doing any kind of advertisement with us, please reach out to us. We also have the Smack Talk email, which I'm going to pull up right now, which you can always reach out to us that way. It's Smack Talk Podcast. Leave it at gm.com. So any kind of inquiries about advertisements or anything like that. Me and Joe are working on a special event, which me and you got to talk about, actually. We're working on a special event that I don't want to talk about in detail yet because we're in the very, very, very early stages of. But if it all works out, then it's going to be something really fun that we're going to be able to do with the people that listen to the show. And I really look forward to it, and I hope that it can work out. We should have all the camera issues figured out. It was a rough morning. That's all I'm going to say. It was a rough morning. So next week we should have videos back. Thank you for everybody that's been sharing. I've been watching, seeing people that have been sharing the YouTube video. Keep sharing it. Subscribe to the channel. All of this stuff makes it easier for us to track the number of people that are listening, and it just makes life a lot easier. So I want to thank everybody that's been doing that. Anything you guys want to plug?
I mean, I just want to say thanks to, Jesse for, coming every Sunday and helping us out.
Jesse does a phenomenal job every single week.
Definitely
The
above
notes
and
he
beyond.
gives us while we're in the middle of discussion is awesome. Absolutely awesome. And I don't think we tell you enough, so thank you, Jesse.
Lamar, definitely. I mean, he's not here today, but he's also, spent a lot of time with us Sunday mornings. And we know Sunday mornings ain't necessarily time you want to wake up early, but
Yeah,
for
especially-
scheduling purposes and the way we work, it's just the way it's got to be. So,
Yeah.
shout out to all that. I know we're trying to figure out a way to get some different camera angles for you guys and everything like that, but we got a lot of stuff in the works, so.
And
Stay tuned.
I want to say thank you, Tyler, for sitting in today, man. It was
Thank
fun.
you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, guys.
Love to have you back on the show, by the way.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
definitely something we're going to talk about.
So I think I've rambled on for long enough. I'm not sure, but I think we hit close to 2 hours. So I'm going to wrap it up. This has been Smack Talk. Thank you.
Leave it on the court. Smack talk the best.